have you with us again for the coffee break discussion. And today I'd like to begin by asking a riddle. If a buttercup is yellow, what color is a hiccup? What do you think is the answer, Michael?
The color of a hiccup? I've no idea. Perhaps it depends on the color of the tea you drink. But I don't know. I give up.
It's purple.
Well, I don't think purple is associated with hiccups in any way. But I suppose if you were to pronounce it burple, it might be.
Ah, right.
I hope our listeners understand that this is a play on words, and it's purple, not burple.
I'm sure they do. And it seems today we're going to be talking about colors. But before we talk about the associations, I've got another very bad joke for you. It's a riddle. What's black and white and red all over? Do you know, Mr. Togo?
Ah, yes. Perhaps Sue knows what the answer is.
Newspaper?
I would say no, that's not correct. My answer is a sunburned zebra.
Aha, I see.
That's the latest version, I'm sure, and...
Newspaper's out of date. Yesterday's newspaper.
Well, getting back to purple, I was wondering what kind of associations we would have with purple, if not burping and hiccuping. In the United States, purple is, when we dress, certainly it's used mainly as an accent color rather than as a main part of a color scheme. I think if any mood is associated with purple, it might be sadness and mourning a person's death. People don't necessarily wear purple to funerals, though. Americans also associate purple with royalty, although, of course, we have no royal family of our own. Purple and gold are some of my favorite colors because they were the colors of my university, and I would presume they were chosen because they had that royal connotation. Does purple mean anything special in England, Michael?
Not so much, but we do have the same connotation we have the phrase born in the purple, which comes from the fact that aristocrats used to wear a lot of purple. It's a royal colour. I think because the purple dye was very expensive, so it was associated with wealth.
Is the expression someone was born in the purple still in common use?
It's getting rather obsolete now, actually.
Thing in connection with this, Michael, what about a purple passage?
That's, again, getting rather obsolete now. It refers to a piece of writing. It's the ornate, flowery style of writing in a longer work.
Do you think so? It has a positive connotation, purple passage?
Well, Americans would use that to describe writing that is rather amateurish because the writer has tried so hard to use imaginative adjectives, and it's not really very natural.
That's right. It's rather exaggerated.
A purple passage という言い方があります. Okay, and I don't think it's associated with anything in particular in Japanese. I mean the color purple, but it seems to be regarded as a good, decent-looking color in Japan too. And okay, apart from that, I see Michael's favorite color is blue, as you're wearing a beautiful blue sweater today. And do you agree, Sue?
Yes, very handsome. And blue is one of my favorite colors too. I find it a cool color and also relaxing to look at. In America, blue has a lot of positive images. For example, when awards are given in the form of ribbons, colored ribbons, usually the top prize is the blue ribbon. The aristocracy has been described as blue-blooded. I suppose whether that's positive or not, it depends on how you feel about aristocrats. We have the symbol, the blue bird of happiness, symbol of happiness. Blue skies, good weather, of course, but also the feeling of, happiness, being carefree.
And blue collar workers, yes.
Yeah, people who are not working in offices doing some kind of labor. Of course, not everyone wears a blue collar, but blue work shirts have been very common and still are. And it's a kind of slang. People working in offices have used to wear always a white shirt.
So I wonder if the expression then white collar workers,
office
white
worker,
collar workers,
professional.
yes, also in use. I mean, this expression is still used.
Yes, of course. People don't always wear a white collar in an office, and people working in factories, they might wear a white shirt too. It's just a slang expression, and it's not really a description of social class so much as just a description of the kind of work you do.
Mm-hmm. Right, well, Sue, you were saying that in America, blue is sometimes associated with happiness. Well, on the other side of the coin, we have the phrase, certainly in British English, I think American too, Blue Monday or feeling the blues, which means that it's a rather sad, depressing feeling. Also, the blues, the music from the American music, I think that's pretty sad usually, a lot of soul in it.
And maybe another negative association of blue is perhaps blue films.
Right, I was going to say that too. Yes, blue films. Perhaps that corresponds to the Japanese pink light. I've heard of the pink light district.
Right.
Although we don't say that in English, pink light.
And strangely enough, in Japanese, blue or owl seems to correspond green in English, particularly when we make reference to the green lights of traffic signals, an expression, ao shingo, the literal translation of which is blue signals. And another interesting coincidence, perhaps, is ao nisai, which literally means blue 2-year-old someone, and which indicates inexperienced, say, carpenter or businessman or whatever. And do you have a similar expression in England? English, sorry.
That's right. We say someone is a little green. It means they're immature, naive, perhaps, like wet behind the ears. But other meanings, we have the phrase, he's green with envy. He's very jealous. Or someone with green fingers is very good at looking after plants. He's interested in gardening.
What about in American English, a greenhorn?
Yes, we have all the ones that Michael was mentioning, and a greenhorn is also a novice, a beginner at something. I think it comes originally from ranchers looking at calves that didn't have fully developed horns yet. They said they're just beginning to grow. We have positive and negative connotations for green. A green belt is an area usually of a city that's being left natural with as much as grass and as many trees as possible. Sometimes when a person is sick, we say that they're green in the face. It's the way we imagine a person looks when they turn very, very pale.
Well, especially after drinking.
And I was going to say also in America there are quite a few Americans of Irish heritage, and we associate green, of course, with Ireland.
Oh, yes.
Oh, that's right, the green fields.
Yes. So right, and unlike the image or images associated with pink in Japanese, previously Michael made reference to, but in English, on the contrary, doesn't it suggest simply being healthy?
Yeah, that's right. We have the phrase, he's in the pink, which just means that he's healthy and usually happy too. But also, actually, it can mean that you have no clothes on, naked. I think it refers to the color of your skin. Also, the similar phrase, in the buff.
Oh, is that right? I didn't know that. So somebody's in the pink or in the buff, which means he's naked.
Yeah.
Oh, that's interesting.
Right. In America, too, there's no sexual feeling about pink. If there's any color like that, a pastel, it might be lavender, I suppose. But no, we just associate pink with either babies or good health. Children are supposed to have rosy red cheeks.
それからまあピンクですけれども、in the pink とか Okay, let's go quickly over other colors and their images most commonly associated with. And let me begin by, say, white.
Purity. For one thing, brides always wear white.
Yellow.
Yellow is usually cowardice.
It could be sunshine.
What about red?
Passion or anger.
Anger. Maybe black.
Evil or death?
And what about grey or silver, perhaps?
Well, grey is rather dull, probably because of the weather.
Mm-hmm.
But we do have the phrase, every cloud has a silver lining. So silver, obviously, something much better.
Mm-hmm. And just one other expression, which is related to black, and somebody gave me a black look. What does it mean?
Well, that's a look of disapproval or irritation, I think.
And a disapproving teacher gives you a black mark in the book.
That's right.